Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here. I've been playing the game kind of a lot in the background here. Trying to move a lot of things in my settlement. I have been watching a playthrough and learning a little bit more about the game as I'm going along. I'm trying not to watch more than what I've already played. And one thing I realized is that my market was like over here, and I didn't realize this yellow circle in the radius was here. And I was only getting like a few of these houses in here. And that was why I didn't have really any tax money. And I just thought it was because my settlers were very unhappy. They're constantly dying due to illness, all this stuff, right? Now, since I've moved it, you see, I jumped up. I got a 16 monthly gold or yearly gold uh, income, and I've gotten 65 gold bars. I have not traded or anything. I've been trying to trade. Um, I'm trying to move things around. I've moved this tower up one. I want to move the trading post or like the town center over one. What I really probably should have done was wrap a road around it. And I was trying to build a wall up this way and just kind of have like a wall right here at the moment. But the wall won't go through the road, so I kind of gonna delete that, but I feel like it's gonna look kind of stupid. But I also need 250 gold bars to move the town hall, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping my colony would have met their demise when we had what 15, 16 people die. I was really hoping that would have been the end of the playthrough because I really desperately want to start over. But I also don't want to give up on this because this is basically the science run. And also, let's be real. What fun is it to really watch a playthrough when it's kind of on easy mode, right? Everything is just plopped down and everything progresses through. It's up to, the creator to make it interesting. And I promise you, I'm terrible. But I only started this episode because as you see this big pointing arrow, it looks like raiders are approaching. Um, but we are kind of in a bit of a trouble here. You can see a lot of orange. I had to reduce my amount of builders. I had 4 builders. I dropped it all the way down to 1 because a lot of the stuff isn't getting built because it requires a lot of gold. I've been having to pluck from, basically I took some from the clay. I want to leave the work camp alone. Farmers are an 8 of 9. That's fine. I don't need 2 bakers. Blacksmith, I would like another one, but I mean, you see, we have 9 months of food, but we're losing 8 months of that to spoilage, which sucks. And to me, I feel like then I have way too much food. But we went from having basically no food for a very long time and then totally not filling up over half our graveyard um, with villagers. I'm still doing a little bit of rearranging. I'm currently moving my shrine that got built over here. I'm currently moving it right here. I was going to squeeze in another house, but I realized that moving that from here to here, I can get like a 3% increase on a lot of these houses right here. All of these here are just canceled housing. I just put it down to kind of map out kind of what I would like it to look like. Um, I should move up the road as well. I was going to wrap it around the market, but effectively this district right here is going to look disgusting. And when we further expand the village, and now that I've gotten some knowledge of kind of how this works, our second district will hopefully be and look a lot more neater. I'm kind of happy with this little shopping district here. We got a weaver's hut. The trading post I am going to leave close by near the market. I do kind of want to move it from here, kind of like over here or something. But I was also trying to leave this as like a spiritual kind of thing. But that's also going to fail because then we got the military barracks right there. So I did want to kind of move the military barracks since it's like a defensible structure and move it closer to the town center. But if we're going to store most of our goods here, maybe it would make sense to move it from there to here, but I shouldn't do that right now. Like we can move this wagon, but it won't protect everything though. Maybe I should put it here. I could move this tower, move the barracks next to the town center. But I guess one of my questions would be is what's the use of the town center? I don't see that it actually stores anything. Or is this currently where my gold is being stored? Because I don't see it in my storehouses. But actually, yeah, there's 65 gold ingots there. So the question I guess I would have is, if my town center gets attacked and it, let's say, gets destroyed, is it kind of like Anno, if they like destroy the marketplace or the warehouse, everybody immediately becomes angry about it? Or can I use the town center as kind of like a sacrificial building? Like I can move it and let's just say like move it over here. You know, it's completely out of the way. It's completely useless. And then I just simply put the, you know, all the storehouses, the barracks and everything kind of here. Or do we treat this as, you know, the main building? Like this town center has to be protected at all costs. And then, you know, raiders can just raid the storehouses and stuff. But with this impending raid here, I don't know if they're going to be doing this now, but we're just going to toggle this building from non-idle, and then we can have 2 laborers. So what I'm going to do is here is recruit some, actually no, are we going to recruit a light infantry? I don't think I have any swords. I have 1 weapon. So I think what I'll do is, because I haven't had this really pop up, I'll recruit 1 light infantry, and then we'll just kind of have everybody either around the barracks or the tower. But I feel like the barracks, because this has a lot more, I'm assuming these are damage numbers. So we're just going to wait for them to get there. I also don't know what ringing this bell does. Like, I would really hope it would drag everybody. They drop what they're doing and kind of get to the central part of the town. I do want to try and let's ring the bell since we are now spotted. And I do want to try and actually take into account the safety of our villagers, because that's one thing that is really slowing me down right now at the moment. And that is from just not having enough people. You know, we're at 61 of 75, but there's just not a whole lot I can do here. It looks like these guys are just here with a bunch of wooden clubs. Looks like we got a sword. Of course, a traveling merchant has arrived. So actually, hang on. Let me pause this. Now that I have a military personnel, how do I work this? Disband company, transfer soldiers, change shoulders, flag combat area. Yeah, they're probably. Wait. Oh, wait. What? Flag combat area. Here. Yeah, we'll flag that combat area. I think I gotta look in the key bindings because there's some overall stuff. So we'll use them, but we're also going to as well Zerg these people. Oh yeah, I can see he's got a little flag. Yeah, because if they're just going to come straight down this road, it looks like it would make more sense to have the barracks. I know they're not always going to come down this road, but you figure if we had walls within here, we can get all of our people with inside the walls and then just let our archer towers shoot. Because I figured I would have like 4 points on the archers. I wish there was also an easier way to select all of your villagers.
It will be done. At the ready.
Although I want you there. Oh, they're just gonna attack my... So what if I grab a hunter, right? Go over there and shoot them. You...
Need something?
Go over there. What the... What are you doing? So what did you just raid? You raided my blacksmith? We won and they're leaving. I mean, that's fine. I don't really care. What did you guys steal? Just some weapons and iron bars? It's whatever, I guess, right? It's better than people dying. So then, how do I move flag, clear all flags? Can
Your
I
command?
disband you then? Because I don't need you. Um, disband company. Are you sure you wish to disband? Disbanding will fire all workers from the building. Yes. I don't need anybody. I desperately need the laborers. The hunters are probably still chasing after them. So let's make sure they're not doing
Need
that.
anything?
All right, so that one's retreating,
Work to
and
be
you
done?
are... Well, I guess you never did anything. Why aren't you doing anything? Food loss to spoilage, 14 meat. This is paused. Why? Because we probably hit our quota. Oh, thank God. Yes. Yes, please. We need these. All right, let me put in a small pause here. So if our maximum quota is 60, yeah, we're at 59 meat. That completely makes sense on why it was paused. I just wish I wasn't losing 7 months of food due to spoilage. Like, that is a lot. At least I feel anyway. Let's check the trader while he's here. Now I did get a comment. They were looking also on my map for willow, and they said in our current situation it does not look like we have any willow. So I do want to thank you for that comment. I will try and also look out for that icon. I did not see it near the water. I kind of figured it was near water, so it does look like we are going to have to trade for some baskets and willow, as I was figuring. But I really want to work on livestock. That's our next goal. And this one has chickens. Unfortunately, we don't have any chickens, but we can sell him some coats. So we're going to sell him all 10 of our coats for 210 gold. Set this transaction to sell the maximum amount of goods the visiting merchant can afford to purchase. Huh. So we'll do that. And then he is buying some planks, so I feel maybe we should buy some planks as well. Or not buy some planks, sell some planks for 500 gold. This timber is worth a lot of gold. Hell yeah, sell that as well. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't sell a bit more clothing. Let's transfer items. Let's maybe do 20. Sorry about that. There's going to be a weird cut in there. I forgot that my keybinds for pausing and unpausing the video is basically number pad 2 and 3. And I looked over, I'm like, why is my video paused? I'm like, no. I'm like, how long has that been paused? And I couldn't go back and rewatch it unless if it was I had to stop the recording so I can go back and look, because I'm like, oh god damn it. I was like, how much did you guys just miss? I'm like, am I really this bad right now? Don't answer that. But the answer would have been yes. But thankfully, you didn't miss anything. It actually paused it when I went to do 20 on the trader. So I think what I might do just for science is I'm going to see if this pauses the video again when I do this. Okay, it doesn't. So I'll just have to use the number pad on the top of the keyboard and not on the side of the keyboard. And I don't actually, they need to transfer that over. I would like a lot more gold, actually. Is that why I don't? That's why I don't have the gold. You're smuggling all of it. Town storage. All right. Yeah, transfer all that to town storage. I'm like, how is it that I have so much gold? Or I thought I did. And, there's none in stock. That'll get fixed. What's this problem? This building has room for more workers. Why was that not a thing? All right, so we got a small influx here of workers. Let's see. We will add one to the farmer. We're not going to worry about the baker because we don't have a whole lot of wheat rolling in just yet. I think I will push one more on the blacksmith, and then we will hold there. Also, I should disable the barracks, right? Oh no, there is no monthly cost. You can't disable the barracks. But we can, however, disable this tower. That'll work. I think I'm going to do a spend all of our gold on relocating this building over. I feel like I should put it here, and then I can build a road up this way and this way. Although it's kind of going to look terrible. I was trying to drag the wall across and it said I can't. However, I put a small gate here. But then what's the point of wrapping a road around this building? I think what I would do then is move the town storages and surround the town hall. I guess I could wrap the town hall around in a road and then surround the town hall in storage. I think that's what I'll do. Because then I can move... I guess I can't move this road over, can I? Alright. Let's do this. Just for science. We'll move this over. Well, that's not going to work. Because I moved all this stuff over one so I can run a wall up this way. However, if I do that, I would also need a gate. Or should I pull this back one? I can run the wall actually this way. Yeah, if I'm going to move these storehouses up into here, kind of, I can move the saw pit and the charcoal kiln out. And it looks like any building really gets raided. So, yeah, let's move this over and up. Move this over and up. And then I can get a gate there with some walls, right? Maybe I should build the walls first so I can kind of see how this works. Defenses, palisade. I would need crops lost to rot. 276 crops lost to rot. Ouch. And now, of course, that's my friggin' wheat harvest. So yeah, how do I prevent that? Like, what can I do about that? Like, I got decent fertility. It's going up. Weed level basically doesn't exist. And no rocks, right? And then we're going to plant for the rest of the year. Maybe it's just the thing that happens and you have no control over it. That's rough. And we're kind of destroying this field here with the flax fiber. Fertility is going down. I know the flax had, what, minus 5? So we basically have a minus 10, and clover is only a plus 3. So we're effectively losing 1 fertility a year. Unless if I do impacts fertility only 1%. Carrots are rough. Cabbage is rough. Yeah, everything else hurts the fertility, except especially the rye. Cabbage is terrible on the fertility. That's minus 6 on the fertility. Ouch. Yeah. I'm not really sure what I could do with this field. I will get rid of these 2 workers once the weed level is down, but I don't think I can really move the clover, unfortunately. I need to try and keep the fertility up here in that field. I'm thinking I'm understanding farming a bit better. I have this field, I wanted to do basically an all veggies kind of field, but I also want to keep up with the amount of grain. I do want to build another field. I was thinking about deleting these 2 I don't remember if they're both a 10 by 10 or I just want to make max size fields. And then I might potentially do that in the winter, however, and kind of restart. But I'm also afraid about my food. I still don't fully understand my food. I know we get 5 months, but is that each month one of these squares? Let's see, let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so each one of these squares is effectively a month. I'm going to be out of food here very soon then. Because right now we're planting clover, so we're getting no food out of this field. In this field, they're actually going to start working on, and then they're planting clover. Maybe that shouldn't be clover. That should be cabbage. That has no frost. This has high frost, so maybe I should do beans. And it also increases our fertility. Maybe I should do beans there, and I don't have enough space to work. And then here, again, frost tolerance. That has high frost tolerance. But we're really going to hurt the fertility here if I were to do carrots. What is cabbage? Cabbage is a -4. And I don't have space to do clover. Because grow time, I need 3 squares. And I only have 2 squares left everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, we might take another look into farming. Oh, sweet Jesus. As I'm sitting there putzing around with that, we got a huge fire going on here. That house is going down. This one's also, we got a few ready to upgrade, actually. Why don't we upgrade? Because that'll increase our tax revenue as well. Why did that not? Yeah, there we go. All right, so that fire is out. We might as well upgrade everybody. Trader has left. Yeah, I'm kind of still in the restructuring phase, but the game keeps giving me events that I wanted to record. I was kind of happy with the farming that I had, but I think maybe what I wanted to do is do 4 fields. So I think what I will do is, yeah, come winter, I think I just might delete all of these fields. Although this one I feel might be a 10 by 10. Actually, I won't delete this field because of this clay deposit right here. Yeah, maybe I won't delete either of the fields. How are we on flax? Because if we got a bunch of it, yeah, we got 245 here and 75 here. So maybe I'll just make another field right alongside this, and it'll just kind of be different. I gotta move the herbalist, or yeah, forger shack. I kind of hate this forger shack, honestly. They pick so quickly, and I feel like I have to change this every few seconds. All right, go up there and work. What else? I did go through too off camera, um, to make sure I have one of each building placed down, except the academy, because it's quite expensive at the moment. And even though I've now just kind of figured out the taxes and how they work, and I still have a bunch of that gold. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't move this building, right? Because I need to try and figure this out. I need to build this here, put a gate somewhere here. All right, so let's get this moved and we'll figure it out. If we have to move it again, so be it, because gold, I feel, is pretty easy to come by. So in our current situation, something like this here, we'll do something like this, right? We'll do that. Construction enabled, required resources. Yeah, and prioritize this, please. And then I want to look into getting some walls and stuff. We'll get the storages and everything moved up into here. We'll move the saw pit probably now. I'll put it here. Actually, does this have a desirability hit? it doesn't. I don't like that this storage cart is here. Can I get rid of this? Move building. So I can't do away with the storage cart, can I? I guess go over there. You're kind of useless, honestly. Like, I know this is what I started with. Current tier 1, next tier 1. Building info. Serves as a place to store goods produced by the sellers. Tools are needed to work efficiently. Like, I know this is what I start off with, but I just can't seem to do anything with it. Go over there. Oh, I got a left click. Yeah, I guess just go over here, because we're not going to be doing anything with it. And then what I will do is I will move the stockyard down, because there's no penalty for it, right? Looks like we got some sick people, so let's reactivate this building and then let them heal. And then, yeah, we're going to get this building moved. And then I think what I'll do is I'll move the firewood splitter here in this corner, and then I'll move the charcoal kiln potentially up. I might move it up here. Until we can get this deep coal deposit running, we have no choice but to use the charcoal kiln, and we are effectively officially out of food again. And then I think also I'm going to move this arborist. I just don't know where. It's like we're in a very fertile spot right now. And I didn't know about this screen when I first started, but it looks like we got fertility literally everywhere. But if I can get away with potentially just 4 fields or so, and I do know I need the beehive, that helps with these, so I kind of want to have it nearby. All right, so they did move this. Perfect. So let's look into building some defenses. So we're going to go something like this. And then let's look into getting a gate. A double wide gate? Yeah, something like that. Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, it ends right there about where I wanted it to. I kind of dislike this building menu. It's very difficult to see things. All right, we'll put the gate there. And then we want to move, relocate the storehouse. Yikes. All right, so I need to wait for them to move the laborer camp, it seems. But what I can do in the meantime is pull... I might just honestly run this up to this road up here. I don't know where that last one went. There. So that has to go there. Hopefully that connects, but I have a feeling it's not going to. Alright, let's speed time back up. We'll let them get this all situated out. We'll get the storehouses and stuff moved up into here. And then the root cellar... I feel like I'm okay with leaving the root cellar out. Because it's also just outside the market range as well. And I think what I'll do is I will also remove the root cellar and face it there. So we'll let them get working on that. And then our worker camp up here, yeah, they're not really doing anything. We have a nice big forest area up here. We're kind of preserving up here. So we can do a little bit of demolishing up over this way. All right, it's winter. Let's slow time down. Let's look back into fields because we are very clearly having yet another food issue. All right, food production. Let's just go into our farm and let's just make a ginormous field, shall we? How big will it let us make? Over maximum size. 10 by an 11? All right, so we can't do a 12. Now I'm curious, is there diminishing returns on this? So if I do a giant field with 12 by 12, I'm kind of more happy with a 10 by 10. But then we can go for maximum field size. For science purposes, we'll go a max field size. Why not? Actually, before I do that, how is our... We got 16 laborers, so we can absolutely afford to do that. A villager died from what? Illness. That's unfortunate. And of course it was a hunting cabin, because why wouldn't it be? You have one job, healer. One job. And you failed it, and you're costing me 25 gold bars a month, butthole. And I'm currently at a -6. Why? We need the compost yard. Rat catcher. Have you done anything? You haven't caught anything, so you know what? Just shut off. Again. Not needed. The healer's house, well, I guess you're not needed anymore because nobody's sick. Spirituality. Yeah, this shrine here. That's costing me. But I can't shut this off because then the... whatchamacallit? The desirability drops down. So... I think before we do anything with this field, let's make sure... Or no, I need the field first. So we need, let's see, to be one off of the road. And then we're going to go max field size. I could destroy this fencing then if I was doing that, because I don't actually need it there. You know what? We'll stop mucking with it. That'll be for effectively season 2. Yeah, that'll be for a season 2 kind of thing. And then for right now, I'll pull this fence here, even though I kind of do want to drag it from here. We could have a smaller field, but we seem to be consuming resources very quickly, so I have a feeling small fields are effectively useless. Nope. What? What do you mean it's obstructed by the road? Wait. Oh, this road curves down. Oh, crap. I didn't realize there was a small curve in it. Alright, and so then we would want a gate right there. Gate. Go right there. Hopefully that closes off. Alright, that'll be our ginormous field for food. I might turn this one... Oh no, that has to stay flax. This, I guess, was supposed to be grain, but what I might do is pull the grain out of here and just do all sorts of veggies. This one can be my grain field. Although it's kind of away from the mill. But yeah, a lot of terrible design choices, but we effectively didn't know how this worked. Can I destroy these fields? Jump to target, toggle production, work area. I want to get rid of this. Can I? No, that's plant. Wouldn't I just relocate the building? Maybe we can use... No, I kind of would like it right here. We could run potentially a road back here. And right-clicking this stuff doesn't do anything. Auto replant, placement size, 3x3. let's relocate the building here then, shall we? Kind of wish this stupid box up top would go away so I can see the top part of the circle there. All right, well, I guess we'll put it here. And then... Yeah. I don't, we'll figure that out. All right, move that. Work on that. What else can we do? Not hit the pause thing. Is this another shelter? Yeah, I'm happy with the upgrades. Yeah, happy with the upgrades because that'll bring us in taxes. We're completely out of wood, which is not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Uh, Probably need another worker at least. All right, this has been moved. Perfect. And then we can move now the wood splitter. Put that there, and then we will move the charcoal building, I guess, here. Makes sense. Building needs more workers. Everybody needs more workers. You are not the only one. All right, we do have a bunch of knowledge points. However, what are our needs other than we need living bodies? We got plenty of dead bodies. We don't we don't need or want any more of those. Um I guess I can't really do anything, can I? Because I need to progress to tier 3 potentially? Yeah, tier 3. So it's just a matter of waiting now for population. What is this? Honey and wax production. I haven't put down the building, so I don't know if I actually need that increased production. 20% yield from compost? Maybe. Market can upgrade to market square. Problem is I don't know what that actually does. Do I get more taxes out of it? Let's see if we can see what the upgrading does. So here's our market. Upgrading bonus will give us additional workers, additional income, larger work area, increased desirability, reduced food rate. Oh yeah, we definitely need that. Increased desirability. So, okay, I guess if we were going to expand the market then and make this square bigger, I could potentially move it again. So let's take, yeah, we'll take that. I don't think I need to have a need for the paper mill. Research speed. We do need the academy put down. 20% work area, rat catchers. There, I haven't had any rats. Uh, Fill rate for wells. I don't think we're having a water issue. Construction speed, maybe. Stockyard, storehouses, and town center. We haven't had an issue with that. Soldiers, we don't really or can afford soldiers. Armory would make sense, honestly. Work in the mines for stone. We don't have a quarry. 25% work for shoes. I'm not sure we have an issue on shoes either, do we? And then yeah, we got 15 shoes, so we definitely don't need that. I feel like the root cellar should be upgraded, but we need bricks. I do got to make sure wells are placed around, so they can fight fires. Because we only have one placed down, I do believe. So, that would be under what? Is it count? No. Does it count as storage? No. Resource? Yes. So perhaps I should put a well up here. I don't know if this is technically considered too close or too far from the other one. I guess I'll put one there because there is a cluster of buildings, and then that one's fine for now. Compost? I don't think we're really having an issue on compost yard, and the compost yard doesn't upgrade. So, and it looks like there's 3 piles. I think we're okay. Got plenty of waste. I don't know how this building works. Let's check on our forging area. That was moved over there. I don't know why it was over there. Should have been over here. Yeah. Forge that area. And you guys should still be... Yeah, you're hunting here, and these deer sightings have not been going down. So that's perfect for me. You guys can all stay right there. Housing shortage has been taken care of. Do... What else? What else? Oh, yeah. Oh, they still need to move that. All right, I think I'm going to throw a cut into here. I'm going to wait for them to move the charcoal kiln. They're going to work on the palisades. We're having an issue on lumber. So what I think I might do is increase this because we are very short on logs. I have a 2-to-1 ratio. Every log they chop, they should plant one, right? I don't ever want to run out. What I'll do is I'll fully stock this building. We had the laborers for it, right? Not anymore. All right. Yeah, we'll back that off by 2. So we only have 2 laborers. A lot of work gonna go into this field. And then we're gonna need, yeah, a lot of logs. A lot of logs. No trader currently. Root cellar has been moved completely out of food again, which is insane. Especially when the fish are working 190%, 180%. These people are absolute gluttons, dude. Do you have any moo-moos? You do not. And of course, you're not buying anything that I have. I don't really want to sell tools, but I might have to. I probably shouldn't because we don't have infinity iron just yet. We do have these 2 deposits up here, and I want to effectively use them the best I can. And this is paused because we just don't have grain, right? No, we have grain, so why are you paused? We probably just have bread, right? Which is in the root cellar. Not in the root cellar. Food. No food is being stored here. So why are you paused? What am I not understanding here? We got plenty of firewood. Flour. Are you paused because there's no flour? Items produced. Alright, so minimum quota, not auto. Minimum quota of at least always have... We'll do 20 flour. Well, it looks like I did it again. I just looked over and my video has been paused, so... I don't know how long it's been paused for. Oh, I gotta potentially change that keybind. The problem is I keep using the number pad for everything. And I do that because it's close by my fingies. So I do apologize. I don't know how long it's been paused for. I've been rambling on. I'm kind of mad about it now. I have no idea how long it's been paused. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end this episode. I do apologize. The next episode will start I'll just kind of do a quick TLDR of what I've been rambling on about. Stuff like that bothers me. It really does. But I do want to thank everybody for watching. I'll try and be smarter, although that'll never happen. I'm just a giant dumb. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm always open for feedback, good or bad. I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye.